how you look at it in the morning. 5:37 on the east in Oakland, 8:37 here. Did I say the east in Oakland? 5:37 on the west in Oakland, and then of course 8:37 out here. Uh, a number of people have asked me to respond to the claim that the Oakland A's will be stop their Las Vegas move and come back to Oakland. Now, the basic answer is that's not happening, okay? That's simply not happening. Here's why. First of all, you have to understand why the A's left to begin with. The A's left because the city of Oakland was not accomplishing objectives related to the construction of a ballpark in a timely fashion. Instead, they resorted to what the city does best, which has proven to be detrimental to its very organizational health, play politics. Why? Because you have lay people in charge who don't understand development, who have an inordinate amount of control over what the city staff does. That's why. Under council manager form of government, we had better stability. And sure, maybe the mayor didn't have all the power the mayor wanted, and maybe the mayor should have had the ability to at least call for a vote and fire the city administrator to make a change, but need, what, 3 or 4 council votes, right? As opposed to 5. Okay, cool. But now we have a government where the chief administrative officer serves at the pleasure of the mayor. That has spelled instability from the start. And with respect to the athletics, because the mayor is directly in charge and the mayor fancies herself progressive and anti-billionaire, as you've heard her say, she has tried to get the A's to pay in money into it that basically is unreasonable. She and also the previous mayor, Libby Schaff, held up the establishment of the promised tax increment financing zone that would have gotten as much as $3 billion in subsidy. You heard what I said, $3 billion in subsidy to the project. Okay? They held up all of that. And now get this, off of a 55-acre land parcel, given what the Athletics wanted to build there in total, but in stages, starting with a ballpark first, and then going from there. The idea that the Athletics wanted to build the offices and other land uses at the same time as the ballpark is a complete lie. And again, it was one of the kind of politics that has got us into trouble and arguably laid the groundwork for the raid on Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao's home. Now, excuse me. Back to the A's. The A's were going through their parallel path strategy to make sure that A, they didn't get sued, and B, maybe, just maybe, might find some kernel of hope in this thing, even though Major League Baseball had told them, hey, you know what, you need to start moving Las Vegas because we're not going to wait for the city of Oakland to get its act together. And so, like, maybe there might be some, hope, right? And to that end, they continue to meet. But early on in 2022, it was quite clear, first of all, that it was quite clear that the negotiations were becoming kind of what's called a loop, stuck into an infinite loop. They weren't getting, where Dave Caldwell told me at one point that they had spent 4 years, talking about something that they should have resolved in a few months, which is the cost for offsite infrastructure. Okay. Not only that, they never determined the cost for the community benefits plan. All right. The cost was never determined. And it was an extensive community benefits plan, but they never put a price tag to it, let alone showed the tax increment financing revenue throw off required to pay for it. In fact, that didn't come until April of last year, 2023, and by then it was way too late. again, and they're also reactive, just to say, hey, see, we did this. That's what Sheng was trying to do. Look at what we did, and they're leaving us. But what Sheng doesn't understand is that the A's had left in late 2021, left the building, and all the other meetings were just formalities because the city of Oakland and the Athletics are still tied up in court on matters regarding the EIR, which weren't satisfied until early last year. Well, to a degree, satisfied because the city had changed its regulations to in such a way that the mitigations called for, like, you know, walls for wind and everything were not needed. That's what they did, and that's what they did. But see, by the time the city made all those moves, again, it was too late. The Athletics were already down the path of paying lobbyists and attorneys in Las Vegas and Nevada and conducting their meetings, and Oakland was in the rearview mirror. They wanted to play at the Coliseum, but Lee Hansen, the Mayor Tao's chief of staff, in a very, very disastrous meeting, tossed a $97 million poison pill demand for payment if they wanted to play at the Coliseum at the Athletics. And the Athletics, of course, said no. So, no surprise when the owner of the Sacramento Kings and the River Cats facility stepped forward with an alternative, and they met owner. Guess what? The deal was done. No politics involved, and the A's had their temporary home until the Las Vegas ballpark was ready. That's what happened. You don't establish a path like that and spend that kind of money and then gain organizations to get sponsors that will pay you up to words of $600 million to put their name on your facility and then turn around and say, oh, we're going back to Oakland. So whoever put that out there, once again, is just putting out idiocy, playing on the fact that you don't understand the development process, and because you don't understand it, have any real appreciation for it. And that's what's going on. Subscribe to Zenny62, and thank you for asking, by the way, and bookmark ZennyReport.com and OaklandNewsNowBlog.com. We'll see you. Thank you.